and listen to that music forever and always. Oh, it's so much fun. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Camera. I am your host, Jamie Hain, and I am all about getting you on camera to help you grow your business. But growing your business is so much more than just video. And the purpose of this show is to interview guests with expertise in other areas of growing your business. And they will share their expertise beyond the camera. And I'm so excited for my guest today. You guys, I have been looking forward to this for days because of the topic. It just blows my mind. And I love her so much. So I am super excited to bring Danielle Abbott online with me here. I'll do it here in a second, but let me brag on her first. Danielle is a leadership and goal coach. Like, isn't that like the most awesome title ever? A leadership and goal coach. I'm going to be a goal coach. And Danielle, in her business, she does a lot of things. I think you could probably classify her as a multipreneur. Is that the right word? I don't even know. But the way in which I think you all are going to connect with her is that she helps busy professionals who are maybe hyper-focused on one area of their life, like their work. I'm guilty. And she helps them get clarity on their goals and helps them balance and helps them do all these amazing things. So please join me in welcoming Danielle to the show. Welcome, Danielle. Woo! Hello. Woo, woo. She's a firecracker. I love her. Okay, so I know I did a little thing about who you are and what you do, but if you will, just introduce yourself to everybody.
Yeah, so I am Danielle Abbott. I am, like you said, a leadership and goal success coach. So my passion is developing leaders. And when I say leaders, I don't mean people with the title. I mean being a leader, whether it's in the corporate world or your life, right? We all need to be leaders in our life. And that's kind of why I do these two things, and I do them really together. I live in Maine. I've lived in Maine all of my life. I'm obsessed with Halloween. I have two stepchildren who are 18 and 20. And then my husband loves me so much. He started all over, and we have a 4-year-old little girl who is quite the firecracker herself. And I am obsessed with teaching people how to ditch the SMART goals.
I cannot wait for this topic. I seriously cannot wait. Because I come from the corporate world, and SMART goals is all that I know. It's all that I know. And so when you were like, we're going to talk about how to ditch them, toss them out the window, I was like, the first minute I was like, no, we can't. So yeah. I'm like, I cannot wait for that. But before we get into that, I think you and I met in my Go Life Challenge. Is that right? Am I remembering that right? Okay.
When I really got crazy and started my job, you were one of the first people I connected with in this like coaching world. Okay. I need to know how to do these videos, I guess.
And now look at you. You're unstoppable. Okay. So I want to ask you a quick question about video. Of all the stuff and things you've learned about video over the years, what tip would you share with my viewers that you would be like, if there's one thing I do, what would it be?
How do I want to say it? Ditch the mindset that it has to be perfect, because people don't connect with perfect people. They connect with real people.
I love it. So important. I just talked about this yesterday. It was like, you read my mind. So important. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about smart, not quite SMART goals yet, but let me say this. So I did a post around the new year about goals and what are your goals or whatever else. And I was shocked, Danielle, how many people don't set goals. So tell us a little bit, why is goal setting important?
Yeah. So goal set, and I would challenge those people. I would challenge the people that say they don't set goals, because they probably do set goals, but they call them something different, or they don't even know that they're doing it, because goals are really what motivates us in life. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have something you're looking forward to, if you don't have something that motivates us, why do you get up every morning? Why do you go to work every day? Why do you hang out with the people that you hang out with? So I do believe people have goals, but we often talk about goals only in our professional worlds and only in our work life, right? Whether you own your own business or you're in the corporate world. And so we need to start looking at goals in as a whole, right? And I really focus on 4 areas of life. So I focus on our career, right? That professional piece. I focus on our relationships. I focus on self, because that's really important to me. And I have a whole backstory to that. And then I focus on personal and professional development. And so it's important for goals, one word, motivation. It motivates you. It keeps you going. It keeps you in a positive mindset. And that's why I encourage everyone to have some sort of goal that they're working on.
Okay, I love that. I love that so much. And I remember seeing your post, and you were like, you gave me a light bulb moment around this whole work goals, like we get after them, but then we don't set them in our personal life, and maybe that's why we don't accomplish them. Maybe that's why, right? Yeah.
And we get burned out. If we only have work goals and that's what you're working for, the rest of your life starts to suffer. And that's what I noticed when I was in the corporate world. I was so focused on those corporate goals and getting the next promotion and doing this, that my relationships were suffering. My self was suffering. And I didn't recognize it really until it was too late.
Yeah. And then, that's never a good situation. Okay. So you mentioned corporate, and I come from corporate background. And so SMART goals has been drilled into me since I was very, very young, right? So you come to me with this idea of toss the SMART goals out the window. And I'm like, honestly, at first I was like, so tell us why. Why would we want to do that?
We are very good as human beings and professionals and busy go-getters at setting goals. We're so good at setting goals, but less than 50%, and I actually think it's less than 30% of people actually achieve their goals. And so really, you can be the best goal setter in the world. I don't care. But if you're not doing the things that you need to do to achieve the goal, it doesn't matter. And SMART goals is goal setting. It is not goal achieving. So when we look at the acronym SMART goals, many of you probably know what it is, but hey, let's just throw it out there, right? So SMART, you want to be really specific with your goal. That's great. You can be as specific as you want to be. That's not going to help you reach it, right? I mean, it might give you a little bit of that clarity piece, but there's more to it. And we got to dig below the surface. Measurable. Is it a measurable goal? Well, can you measure it by, how much money you have in your bank account, how many miles you can run, how many clients you get? Okay, that's measurable, but that's the end result, right? That's kind of that, what does success look like? Is it attainable? Is it realistic? Is it timely? All of those things are how you set goals, but not how to achieve them. And so what I found in the corporate world is people were so focused on these SMART goals. And every year we did the exercise and we did the SMART goals. But if you really looked at the end of the year, no one ever looked at them again. No one ever talked about if you actually achieved them. Most people didn't. And so that's a goal setting tool. It is not a goal achieving tool. And I would rather achieve my goals than just set them really well.
Okay. That's a goosebump moment. Like of course we would rather achieve than set them. And so you're saying we're putting the priority on the wrong bit. We're putting the priority and spending all this time setting and planning and not
even planning. I really don't even think SMART goals is about planning. It's literally about writing a statement. Like a SMART goal is like your mission statement to your goals. Great. If you don't have a vision statement and you don't have a way to get there, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So still set goals. Don't spend all the time getting the words just right. Instead, focus your attention on achieving. So, okay. So you have tips for us on how do you go after the achieving part? Because I feel like everybody teaches you how to set goals, but I don't know that I ever remember a time when somebody taught me how to achieve goals. So how do you get after that?
Yeah. So the biggest skills I think we need to focus on is exactly that. You need skills in order to reach goals. And the reason I help people with all goals, and I don't say, oh, I'm going to help you with your health goal or your financial goal or your business goal, is because to have goal achievement, you need some of these same habits. So I focus a lot around habits. What habits do you need to create in order to reach the goal that you have? So that's key. So if you have a goal that you want, 5 new clients this year, or by the end of the month, or whatever that looks like, what are the habits you have created in order to get those clients? And in the business world and as an entrepreneur, I see this so much. I want to reach 10K months. I want to have 500 clients. I want to help so many people. Awesome. You're setting great goals. What is your process? In the process are the habits. So what habits do you have? Are you reaching out to people every single day? Are you having good whatever it is, right? There's a million different ways to do it. But it's the habit piece, which is really important. The other piece that you really want to be able to connect to is, what are the values that this goal is connected to for you? And I don't mean it's going to help me pay my bills. Awesome. What are your inner core values? And I do this exercise with all of my clients as we really get deep and a little vulnerable sometimes. And we talk about our inner core values, because if your external goal is not yours and is not connected to something you value deeply, you will not do the hard things in order to reach it. So values, habits are two of the key things that I work with clients on in order to have that goal success. And then the third one is doing all of the pre-work in the planning, and planning for things like distraction and barriers. We don't plan for them. We're never proactive. But guess what? Distractions and barriers, man, they're like your birthday. It's going to happen, right? It comes every year. We need to plan for those things. And when you can do that ahead of time, you set yourself up for success.
Okay. I
feel like I'm talking.
My mind is blown right now. And this is why I was so excited to have you come on here today. Okay. I got several follow-up questions for you.
Okay.
So when you're talking about connected to your inner core values, I love that. And I'm wondering if we're going to go, let me just go video for just a second, and then we'll come back to other goals.
Sure.
But I hear a lot of times, and I talk to people about, you got to understand what your why is, because your why, if your why is strong enough, it will pull you through any obstacles that you put in create in front of yourself. Like, I can't go live because nobody's going to show up, or people are going to, nobody cares what I'm thinking, all the what ifs that are going on. Right. Mm-hmm. And I always say, you got to connect it to your why, but you're saying it needs to be connected to your inner core values. Give me an example. So, and I know I'm putting you on the spot with video, but like, what could I connect that to as an inner core value? Give me a real world application there.
Yep. And so we would talk about, so your goal is to go live. And if I were to ask you, right, we can play this game. So why is your goal to go live? Right. And you would answer the question. And I usually use the 5 why exercise, and we go at least 5 levels deep. Sometimes I go a little bit deeper. So I might say, why do you want to go live? Well, I want to go live because I want to grow my business. Well, why do you want to grow your business? Well, I want to grow my business because I want to make a lot of money. Well, why do you want to make a lot of money? Well, I want to make a lot of money because I want to be able to travel the world. Why do you want to travel the world? Right? Because having that time flexibility is important to me. Ding, ding, ding. So being able to go layers deep. And so through that example, going live is going to allow you to have time flexibility. Right? And you got to make that connection, and that's going to motivate you to keep going. Is that helpful?
So helpful. So helpful. Okay. So those of you that are watching with us live, is this helping you guys figure out some of the obstacles that are getting in your way with not only the why do I want to go live, but in just achieving your goals as well? I would love to see some of your comments of how this is like blowing your mind, because my mind is blown, completely blown right now. All right, let me go to some comments here, Danielle. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I mean, here's what people are saying. It's really getting to the real why. And like you said, it can be buried layers and layers and layers deep, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes, so I'm going to just throw a little bonus in there, right? Sometimes that why has to do or not do with some like limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves. And so there's a whole nother side of me we won't get into today, but it's a lot of like that internal big T trauma T work. And sometimes those things bubble up in that why piece. Right. Because guess what? People have very successful businesses without ever going live. Sorry, right?
True.
Yeah. Right? I know people that have businesses and they're not even on social media. So if going live is important to you, you have to really figure out like why. Why am I doing this?
And you have to connect it to something deeper so that you don't throw all those obstacles and barriers up, right? Okay, let me throw a couple other comments up here. So Kathy says, the real why is what helps us push you through the bad days and to show up, right? It's not I go live because I want to connect with more people. That's not going to push you through when you're going, I don't want to do this, right?
Nope.
But connecting to that deeper level will.
Yeah. But okay, I go live because I want to be on a boat in the Bahamas whenever I want. Like, that's motivating.
And I'm not going to be in the Bahamas if I don't start now and I don't get after this, right? Okay. And so it really is about, I love the 5 layers deep. Just keep asking why and keep asking why and keep asking why, right? Okay, I'm going to
journal that out too. Like grab a journal and do it for 5 days in a row. I don't know what I have with 5s, but like do the why, but do it 5 days in a row with the same thing, and new things will end up coming up for you. And it's really cool transformation exercise.
Okay, I'm throwing this up just because it's funny. I go live because Jamie told me to. Let me tell you, that is not an inner core value, right? I mean, we're learning this from Danielle right now. This is not, Jamie told me to, is not an inner core value. You need to go why. Okay, why? Let's apply this right now, Danielle. Yeah. Why did Jamie tell you to go live? There, that's the question. You got to journal, right? Start with that.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. Why? I also love this one. I want more. So let's talk about. Let's talk about more, Danielle. So I know that you have a Facebook group, and I love your Facebook group because, well, I'm going to let you talk about, hold on here. Talk about the Limitless Lab. If people want more of you and more of this awesome stuff, I know this is a great place to be. I get a lot of great stuff out of it. Tell everybody about the Limitless Lab.
Yeah. So the Limitless Lab actually was birthed out of a bit of trauma. So I'm going to tell you, first of all, I was hacked at the beginning of February last year, and I lost everything. I lost my Facebook group that had hundreds of people and everything. And I was really traumatized by that. But then I got to sit back and I'd be like, what do I really want to do? And what I really want to do is I want to cultivate confidence and bold, goal-crushing souls. Like in all areas of life, I want you to have the confidence and the belief that you deserve to reach any goal you set for yourself. And that comes with confidence, goal success, accountability, all of those things. And so the group actually is fairly small. We have less than 100 people still, but they are active. They are working on goals. They show up for not only me, but for other people in the group. And it's just a super sweet community that I am obsessed with. We do mini trainings every Thursday. I'm bringing back guest speakers this year. So every Thursday we do a mini 15, 20-minute training. I do quarterly challenges, and everything is focused around the 4 areas of life that I talked about: career, yourself, professional, personal development, and relationships. So each of our quarterly challenges actually will help you with one of those areas. So it's a really cool place to be. I would love it if you want to join me. You can hop over. I do ask you answer the 3 questions. They're super easy, but it helps me know what content to give you to help you be successful.
Love it. Love it. And I will drop the link. I know it's hard when it's a link on screen, but when we're over, I'll come back and make sure those of you that want the link to the Facebook group, I'll drop it in the Facebook post with the video so that you can easily access and not have to jot down all of those numbers and digits. Okay. Now I know, because I'm in the Limitless Lab, you also have like an upgrade option. You want to talk about the upgrade option? Okay.
Sure. Yeah. So once you are in the lab, you can up level if you want to. And this is just getting more help and actually connecting off social media, because between you and I don't love social media. And so I love to connect with people and build relationships in real life, right? And so you can up level. And what that membership looks like is we do 1 masterclass a month. This month, we're doing one on confidence and limiting beliefs. Next month is going to be a time management. And then the 3rd month of the quarter is actually a goal strategy session. And so we go through our goals. We go through the work we did 3 months ago. Where are we? And we're live on Zoom. You get to know the group really well. And then we do a group coaching session once a month. And then they also have lunch and learns that they can participate in, where we have guest speakers, typically around the wellness piece. Will come in every couple of months and do a session as well. And so that is, you can up level if you feel like you need that extra support, or I shouldn't say if you feel like you need it, when you know you need it and you want it and you desire it.
I was clicking in the wrong place. So, okay, I love it. And I want to go to the those of you that are tuning in live. If you have questions for Danielle, we're going to have time for questions. So drop them in the comments. Now, one more thing. I know you touched on, because you have you do trainings in the Limitless Lab, and then you do trainings but you have classes, or you have regular classes coming for people that are just in your free group, right?
Yes. So we do the Thursday mini trainings, but then I do. So if somebody is in the free group and they're not ready to level up, you still can pay $29 to join a master class. Okay. So if there's a master class that's interested to you, you can still join without having to commit to the.
Okay, that's the piece that I was like, I'm missing something. I
always forget that. Yeah, I'll throw it out every month. And we usually have a few people that are like, oh, I want to try this. And I'm not going to lie, everyone who's done that has ended up signing up to be a member. So.
That's because you're so good at what you do, Danielle.
I just do what I do, Jamie.
Okay, so we have the first question that has come into comments is, I have goals. I suck at my follow through. Any tips for somebody who sucks at follow through?
Yeah, first of all, change your language. Sorry, I don't know who said it. I love you. But we can't say things like I suck at, because you will, right? We speak and we believe certain things. And so we're going to take this back to a whole different topic called implicit bias. So implicit bias is our subconscious bias against things. When we see something and hear something over and over again, we begin to believe it. So if you continue to say, I suck at follow through, guess what? You're gonna. So I would encourage you, first of all, write down some sort of affirmation that is the total opposite, right? I'm amazing at follow through, and write that down and post that everywhere. And you're going to see that. And I'm sorry, but you're going to start hearing my voice right over here. And you won't say that anymore. But that would be the first thing to do. And then follow through is really focus. And again, attaching that back to your why.
I once read a story about a woman who was told in her annual review that she lacked strategy, and she could never get any clarity on what does that even mean. And so all she did, her only action was she started using the word strategy or strategic in her daily conversations with others. She changed nothing else. Next annual performance review, you're so strategic. I mean, you're probably the most strategic person we have on our team. She did nothing different but use the right words. So there's proof that when you
words are powerful.
Yeah. And who, I think it's Mel Robbins. I could have the person wrong, that talks about the high five challenge. Do you know this, Danielle? Is it Mel? Okay. You want to tell them about the high five challenge, or you want me to tell them?
I'm going to have you tell them, because I actually think I saw a cover of the book and it's different than what you're talking about.
Okay. Could be. So if you are somebody that you tell yourself all the time, I suck at this, I can't do this, whatever else it is, every morning, you're going to go in you're in your bathroom anyway, getting ready. Even if, you're just taking a shower and brushing your teeth, you're looking in the mirror, and you take just a few minutes every morning and you high five yourself to that mirror. And when you're high fiving yourself to that mirror, you tell yourself all the positive things you want in your life, right? So I'm awesome. I'm the best. This is going to be an awesome day. I'm going to smash all my goals. Whatever it is that you're trying to, not convince yourself to do, but that you're wanting out of your life, you say them out loud and you high five yourself 5 days in a row, and your life will be completely different. And that's what you're getting at, right, Danielle? It's the switch your conversation, the conversation that's in your head, that you will achieve these things, and then you will, right?
Change your language, change your life, man.
I love it. She also, I'm also seeing somebody has said she also has a 5-second rule.
Yeah, I think that's the one. So it, and I don't know who said that, but it's when you get up 5 seconds, like your alarm goes off, you get up, you just don't hesitate. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do it. In that you can use anything. Go live, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hit the live button. You just do it.
That's a really good technique. I like it. Okay, let me see if there's any other questions coming in. I think we've got them all. Okay, so we talked about your group. We talked about your upgrade or your level up. We talked about the classes you have. If somebody on here just wants to connect with you, where's the best place for them to connect with you at?
Oh my goodness. Best place, you could send me a private message on Facebook. You can send me an email at danielle@danielleabbottcoaching.com, but that's super long. So I'm probably tagged in this video. You can just, click there and send me a message. But I'd love to hear what goals people are working on. I challenge you to send me a message and just tell me what goal. When we tell people what we're working on, we are more accountable to actually doing it. So that's really cool too. So if you want to even just shoot me a message, be like, hey, here's my 2023 goal. Like, awesome. Like, give yourself that accountability.
Love that. All right, everybody, you heard her. You have a reason to message her. Drop your goals. Or if you want, just drop your goals underneath this video. Go to the comments and type in maybe your big, hairy, ugly, scary goal, something that's out there that is terrifying to you, because putting it out there makes it real. And then Danielle and I will help support you through it and cheer you on and help you get the right conversation going on in that mind of yours. Okay. So
Jamie, I want to take over. What's your big, hairy goal in 2023?
Mine? Me personally? Okay. I'm going to start a podcast. That's my big, hairy, scary.
That's mine.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so we could hold each other accountable. I'm fascinated by it because there's no camera, and that's exciting to me too. Mm-hmm. But I don't know much about podcasts, and so it's like, that's how I get it. I looked. I'm super excited. Super excited. Okay, let's do this. I know you've got homework for everybody, but let me just quickly do a couple of reminders and then we will get to homework.
Sure.
Because all this is great. This is awesome information, and I've learned a lot, and I know everybody else has learned a whole lot, but you got to apply it. You got to do something with it, and that application is key, and I know that's a big thing that you teach, and it's definitely something that I teach. But first, let me just remind, for those of you that are Go Live League members, we are going to do a VIP session with Danielle, like right after this over in Zoom. So if you're on with us now, join us in Zoom when we're done. And what are we covering over there, Danielle? What are we going to do?
I am going to actually give your VIP members the strategy that I use when I am goal planning, because goal planning gets us to success, not goal setting. So we're going to just high level, touch on those steps that I use.
Awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, so the link for the Zoom call is I sent it to you in email, and it's also in your Facebook group, in the Go Live League. So if you need it, that's where it's at. For those of you that are not part of the Go Live League, you can sign up and join us. The Go Live League is awesome, and you get extra perks. The Go Live League is all about mastering your video skills, specifically your video presentation skills. It's $27 a month, and membership has privileges like spending extra time with Danielle, which is super awesome. Okay. Also, my next guest on Beyond the Camera, if you like to plan, is next Friday, and it is Mary Fane Brandt. And she is talking about, you're not in Facebook anymore. We're moving over to LinkedIn. And how is LinkedIn different? And how do you need to treat it differently? So do not miss that opportunity if that's something that is of interest to you. Okay. So now let's talk about homework. What homework? What do you want everybody to do with this, Danielle?
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you something that I teach in-person leadership classes too. And when the end of that class comes, I am huge on action. You must take action to change any piece of your life. And what I tell people is they walk out with handouts, and I said, you can walk out that door and you can throw away in that trash can, which is I always strategically place by the door. You can throw away every single thing we talked about, your handouts, whatever. Personally, I don't care. I got paid either way, right? And that might sound so direct, but I am here because I love what I do. I showed up to Jamie's show because I love Jamie and I love our energy, and I will be doing this regardless. If you're ready to change your life, if you're ready to reach your goals, you have to take action. And so I always give action at the end of everything I do. And so the number one action I want to challenge you guys to do is really think through the habits that you have now. And I don't want you to think in terms of eliminating a habit. I want you to think in terms of, what is a habit I need to cultivate in order to reach my goal? Whatever that goal is, what habit will help you get there? And I want you to be able to answer, how is it connected to my goal, right? What is that connection? What supports do I need to create in order to implement this habit in my life? And my favorite question is two-part, and it's, how will I react when I fail? Because alert, you're going to fail. We all do. You should fail. But what is your natural tendency? Is it to shut down? Is it to never do it again? Is it to, Jamie, hide under the covers for 2 hours? Or then you say, how do I want to react? And when you can decipher the two, what will end up happening is you will have that gut reaction and kind of the old you reaction, but it will last shorter. And eventually you will move to this new reaction that will move you forward. And so pick a habit, know how it's going to connect to your goal, what supports you need, how you will react when you fail, what your typical is, and then how do you want to react? And that's going to help you hopefully reach all of your 2023 goals.
For sure, right? I just learned positive self-talk. That is how you're going to achieve all of your 2023 goals, right? For sure. That is the path. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I want to give you guys time to really noodle on this. Danielle has shared some amazing tips and some really good stuff. And I want you to give this some time. Tomorrow, I will post that graphic in the group so that you can share, because like Danielle said earlier, when you make it public, when you put it out there, it's like jamming that stake in the ground and you're saying, this is mine and this is what I'm going to do. And it makes it real. So I want to encourage you all to watch for that post and share with us what habit you're going to create. And if you want to share some of the answers to the questions Danielle gave you, go for it. I would love it. But at least tell us the habit that you're going to create. Love it. Danielle, thank you. Thank you for being on my show. As always, you blew my mind, which I knew you would. And I learned all these other extra little nuggets, which have just been super fantastic. So thank you.
This is so fun.
It is so much fun. And for those of you that are on, thank you for being with us. Thank you for your comments and engaging and supporting me and Danielle. It's been awesome. Absolutely awesome. So Danielle, any final words or thoughts that you want to share with everybody?
Okay. Set goals that are challenging, set goals that are pushing your boundaries and expanding your comfort zone. If you're setting the same goals over and over, it's time to really reach out there and set some new ones for yourself. So I'm excited to look back tomorrow and see what goals you have for 2023.
I used to have this coaster on my desk, and I'm sure in one of the RV trips, it just didn't make the cut, but it said, shoot for the moon and then you land in the stars. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big, I got goosebumps when you talked about that. Big goals. Maybe you don't achieve the big goal, but maybe you do. And even if you don't, you're going to get more, you're going to achieve more. You're going to land within the stars. You're going to do more than if you set some safe goal. Mm-hmm. Right. And so why not go for it? I love that. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So my wrap up for all of you is this. You're all here with me because you are on a mission to get on camera. But there's a so what? If I'm going to go layers deep using Danielle's words, but why? But why do you want to get on camera, right? Ultimately, you want to get on camera because you're wanting to grow your business. And I know Danielle wants you to grow your business too. She wants to help you set goals, to have balance in your life and all of those great things. But here's the deal, y'all. You've tackled the easy step. You tuned in today. You listened. You absorbed content. But the next step is the most important one. And that is you have to apply what you learned. So deciding the action that you're going to take that's going to grow your business. That is what it's all about. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Bye.